This is your life. The check marks represent the good days. You're productive. Overall, life is feeling pretty good. You feel healthy. Your brain feels good. You overall feel good. The dots represent the neutral days, the days where you may feel a bit dissatisfied, the days where you feel like life is a bit mundane, the days where you feel like, life is a bit boring. And then the X marks are the bad days. The days where you definitely feel dissatisfied, the days where you may feel a bit depressed, the days where you feel like, damn, when is going to be my next step up in life? When am I going to move up in life? Why do I feel like everyone is passing me by? Why do I feel like I'm not going anywhere? And as you can see, there are streaks of good days. There are streaks of neutral days. There are streaks of bad days. And then there are in-betweens where it's a good day, bad day, neutral, good, neutral, bad. You know what I'm saying? There's a mix. And I make this chart and I make this video today for you to display to you that this is what life is all about. Many of you need to understand that you don't get the sun without the rain. You don't receive joy without the pain, and you can't experience light without the dark. Life encompasses all that is true, and what I know is true is that you will receive bad days. You will receive bad weeks. You may receive a bad year. But this is what life is all about. It's about the bumps. It's about the hills. It's about the hard times, the struggle, the times when things get difficult. This is what life is all about. I've been through many dark times. I've went through depression and being overweight and struggling with porn addiction and struggling with sugar addiction and all these different things and whatnot, and being at periods of my life where I was making less than minimum wage, being in between jobs and all these different things. I've been through a decent amount of stuff. Of course, you know, there's people that are suffering more than me, but I've been through my own share of things. But I want to say to you guys that I honestly thank God that I went through all those things, because it made me the man of who I am today. It made me realize and understand my circumstances, and to know that what I want in life, it encompasses going through hard trials. It encompasses going through things. It encompasses learning how to go through the struggle, learning how to go through the dip. There's a reason why so many regular people don't want to put their money in the stock market, right? There's a bunch of reasons why so many regular people with 401ks decided to empty out their 401ks during the '08 financial crisis. Why? It's because they cannot see past the dip. They cannot see past the struggle. They cannot see past the dark times. Do we not know that after the '08 financial crisis, where the markets tumbled all across the earth, all across the country, all across the world, economics were horrible, people were poor, all these different things, people were out of their mortgages, people were getting foreclosed, all these different things and whatnot, people were emptying their 401ks because their 401ks were down 40-50%, right? Do we not know that shortly after, we've had the greatest bull run in stock market history in the last 12 to 13 years? Do we not know that? From 09 or 2010 all the way to now, 2025, we have seen gains that are absolutely unprecedented. For example, let's also look at COVID 2020. The stock market dropped at such a sharp rate. What did I do? I bought semiconductors. I bought REITs. I bought all these other things. And guess what? They proved me lovely. They proved my father lovely. They proved millionaires lovely. They proved people like Warren Buffett and all these guys, it treated them well. Because guess what? We can see through the dip. We can see through the struggle. This is why the title is what it is, that life is like the stock market. Because guess what? Things ain't always going to be up. But guess what? Overall, if your mindset is positive, if your mindset is set on God, if your mindset is set on godly things, positive things, guess what? No matter what comes your way, your job, you losing your job, or something unfair happening to you, or health issues, or you're going through your own mental, spiritual battles, guess what? You're going to see the end of it, because you know that there's greater things past this dip, that there's something to learn past this dip, that there's something to gain past this dip. This dip. I say, everyone who knows me for this, is that I love the pain. I love, like, there's so much beauty in pain and struggle, because that's when you learn the most. That's when you gain that grit. That's when you gain that fierceness. You know what I'm saying? I will never forget when I was 17, right? I was looking for jobs. Nobody wanted to hire a 17-year-old with no work experience. And I was like, man, I don't want to rely on my parents. I want to make some of my own money. I want to make my own cash. I want to do this. I want to do that. And at the time, I didn't have no money. I didn't have no sources of income other than like the little $20 every 2 weeks I was getting for allowance or whatever. So what did I do? And I'm sorry, I was 16. So what did I do? I always had an interest in shoes. I always had an interest in clothes. I always had an interest in things like V-Lone, Supreme, Bape, Nike, Yeezys, all these different things. So what did I do? I started reselling shoes, sneakers, clothes, hoodies, all this different stuff. And guess what? I wound up making almost $2,000 in a month. And I wound up having that be my source of income as a youngin', making my own money, making my own way. And guess what? With all those declines, all those no's, all these job applications that never even got back to me, that made me realize, like, yo, I got a business mind. I could find out ways to make my own money. There's a billion type of ways for me to make money. And I found my own lane, which was reselling at the time. That's what grew my hustle even more. I always had hustle, but that made me grow even more. So I'm saying all these things because I want to get it through your head, because I speak to a lot of people. Like with my job, I speak to many people of many different backgrounds, many different ages. And I want to speak to y'all and really state that, like, and I also notice on social media where, like, everybody just expects immediate gratification. I want this right now. I need this right now. I need this dopamine hit. I need this right now. I need this money right now. I need this position right now. I need this job right now. I need this career right now. I need this business right now. I need this to jump off. Why is it not jumping off? But we don't realize the Warren Buffetts, the Bezoses, and all these guys, right? Now, yes, a lot of them did come from money, but my thing is, what did their parents teach them? They taught them grit. They taught them that, yo, if you want to build something bigger than yourself, if you want to build something that's huge, something that might change the world, something that's going to maybe add thousands of jobs and generate millions, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, you're going to have to go through many upon many dips, drops. You're going to go through periods of stagnation. Big jumps, dips, stagnation. So many people get so uncomfortable when they don't see any movement. Like, I'm not going to lie, I've been getting tested a lot with this channel itself, where I'm like, damn, I'm at 625 subscribers, 623 subscribers. I'm not moving up. And I know it's just the adversary talking to me. So I'm like, nah, this is what it is. This is what this is about. Stagnation is fine. That shows me that I'm making progress. A lot of people see no movement as no progress, when that is not true. When you are continuously trying, continuously going after your goal, going after the vision that was given to you, stagnation is a part of the journey. Moments of boringness, of mundaneness, of sameness is a part of the journey. This is what learning is about. Because of this mundaneness in my channel's growth, I've learned that I've been editing, but I have not really been editing. I've been making content, but I have not really been making content. I'm bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really doing what I could really be doing. And this is what's been teaching me. This is what's making me make this video, making real content, making real videos that's going to help the youth, help us become better. We need to understand that it's fine for you maybe not to feel fully satisfied in your job right now. It's fine to have a bad day. Don't blame yourself for having a bad day. Learn. Which is why I say I don't take no L's. I don't take no losses. All I do is learn from my mistakes. I learn from others' mistakes. I learn from my peers' mistakes. My uncles, my father, my mother, my brother, my friends. I learn from everyone's mistake. I learn from my own mistakes. I learn from my own pitfalls. I learn from my own drops. So I can become a better man. So I can be out here helping other people learn from my mistakes, learn from the mistakes that I've learned from others. You know what I'm saying? You learn from the bad days. You don't take for granted the good days. And then you learn from the mundaneness. Because guess what? That's what life is. Life sometimes is going to feel a little samey. Whether you have a family, whether you don't have a family, whether you're single, whether you're not single, it does not matter. Life is going to seem samey. Even if you're in 13, 17, 33, 58, it does not matter. Mundaneness will come to you and it will hit you, and you have to be ready for it. Don't start saying woe is me and start speaking death over your life. We need to remember that our words are very powerful. We hold life and death within our tongue. So watch the words you speak over yourself when life gets mundane. Stop saying, oh man, I ain't shit, or stop saying, oh man, I'm trash, or oh man, I'm this and I'm that when life gets bad, when there's a bad day or two. Because we hold life and death within our tongue. We hold great power in our tongue. God gave us so much power in our tongue. Because guess what? We were made in his likeness. We were made in his image. He spoke the world. He spoke the world into existence. What in the world do you think you can do if you were made in his image as well? We can speak, which is why they say you can speak things into existence. Which is why they say you can cast out devils. You can cast out mental illness. You can cast out sickness. Because we have power in our tongue. You know, so we need to keep in mind, we need to keep it in our heads that life and death is held in the tongue, and that life is like the stock market, where sometimes it's not going to all make sense. Sometimes you're going to be like, damn, like what is going on right now? I thought I was supposed to do this. Well, no. You're going to do this. The stock market sometimes can be some of the most irrational entity you could be looking at. There are times where I've seen in a situation where a stock is supposed to be up, where a stock just tanks. And you're like, wait a minute, the news was good. Guess what? It's irrational. And guess what? It's time for that stock to dip. But guess what? That doesn't mean you exit out. That doesn't mean you sell all your shares for a loss. You keep that thing. And then watch, in a year or two, you're gonna do well. You just have to see through the dip. I'm gonna give you guys a real life example of a stock that I'm holding right now that I'm gonna be selling soon in maybe a couple weeks to a couple months. Robinhood. The stock Robinhood. The ticker is HOOD, right? They're a brokerage platform that is an innovator. They're the ones that started the whole $0 brokerage fees. They're the ones that made investing accessible for the regular person like me and you watching this video right now. I've been invested in Robinhood since 2022. That means I've been invested for over 3 years now. I'll never forget when I was buying at lows of $8.60. And I've had so many people say, oh, you should sell. It's a horrible company, garbage company. Why would you ever buy that? They don't make any money. They're not profitable, blah, blah, blah. But I saw the vision. I'm like, yo, I could sit through this dip. I'm fine. I could sit through this dip. It's okay. I see the vision. I see that this is a great company. It is an innovator. I see that it can make profit one day. I see that what it's doing with crypto is going to be a leader. It's going to be a market leader. And guess what? Do you guys see where it is now? I was buying at $8.50, $10.20, $13.25, $12.50. I have over 70 shares. Do you know where it is right now? 3 years later, and it's now above $100. It is way past its previous all-time highs. Why? Because I can see through the dip. I can go through the bad days. I can go through the days where it made no movement. I can go through the days where it missed earnings. I can go through the days where stock market analysts and hedge fund managers are crapping on it and shorting the stock. I can sit through that because I know I see the vision. I believe in the CEO. I see the company. Now, are you going to believe in yourself? Are you going to hold your own stock when no one else believes in it? Are you going to invest in yourself when no one else believes in it? Because you don't want to be that guy who only want to buy into himself when other people buys into himself. I don't give a damn about nobody else. I don't give a damn about what nobody else thinks. Only what God thinks and what I think. And I know that in the path that I'm choosing, that He has given me, I know that I'm going to be somebody and I'm going to go somewhere and I'm going to help a lot of people. Are you willing to bet on yourself? Are you willing to hold yourself, hold your stock, hold your company while things go bad, while you're not profitable, while you're just not making it yet? Remember, it's yet. Making it yet does not mean you're never going to make it. That just means you're not there yet. Okay, you're not a nurse yet. That's fine. Okay, you're not a doctor yet. That's fine. Okay, you're not a lawyer yet. That is okay. Okay, you're not a business owner yet. That is perfectly fine. But are you willing to hold yourself, to hold your stock, to hold your company through the dip and see the vision? Or are you going to listen to everybody else and just do what everyone else is doing and not do your calling, not do something that was meant for you?